All right, the New Orleans Saints win, but there's good news even beyond the win, and we're going to get all into that. If you're new to the channel, we are Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel covering teams and stories that just don't get the love nationally like they should. Teams that just get overlooked and no one really takes them serious. The Saints definitely were one of those teams. They're not anymore. I mean, they're being taken serious now after Alvin Kamara 4 TDs. Offense looks great. They play against a Dallas Cowboys team that just rolls early in the season. They're always good and early in the season. Then we know that they fall apart at the end. It's a big joke. But in the beginning of the season, they're tough to beat. And you go and beat them is a big deal. So we're going to talk about a couple things. It's one thing to win, but it's the way that you did it. And again, these are things that national media may or may not pick up on. But one of the things for me, from an outsider's perspective, is you look at the Saints, you think, okay, I refuse to believe that Derek Carr is bad. Like, it's just hard to imagine that he's just not good, right? Like, he's not in the Gardner Minshew category. Is he more in the Trevor Lawrence category? Is he even a step above that, right? It's hard to believe that he's not that good. Also hard to believe that Alvin Kamara is just not good, right? Going into the season, it's like you would think they don't have a quarterback. They don't have a running back. They don't have any weapons. Defense isn't good. But they're proving through the first 2 games, not only are we good, man, we're kind of in this dominant category. So you look at it here, and one of the things I love is, so Tom Brady was talking about what he saw and what he liked. And here's what I love. They mixed personnel, they mixed formation, they had these challenge motions, and then they got these chunk plays early in the game off of play action. Derek Carr, we had a lot of questions about him. He made some A-plus throws down the field today, hitting guys in stride. And in this scheme, if you play from ahead and defense has to deal with every bootleg, every gimmick play, and then high percentage passes that you have in the offense, it's very hard to stop. So he's talking about the offense. They get ahead. They start doing bootlegs. They start moving things. They've got a really good running back. So the good news that comes out of this is now that you've had time to digest this win, you look at it, it's like, man, Derek Carr, not only are the plays getting dialed up right for him, but then he's hitting them and hitting big plays. Game changer, right? Like that we could talk the whole video about Derek Carr and the way that he was dotting them up, because once it got loose, I mean, it's just easy. I mean, just super easy for him. So I love to see that was no problem for him. Another one that Tom Brady was saying was Derek Carr played so well and looked so comfortable in the offense. I think one of the knocks on his career is throwing the ball under duress. I think Kubiak's done a good job. He's not allowing these defenses to tee off with their pass rush. So in the last 2 games, Derek has just been standing back there, finding open guys, and no one has ever criticized Derek's arm or arm strength, his ability to get the ball down the field. Right. One of the things that happened today in the Lions game was they were so stagnant on offense. It was just shotgun, and they were just trying to just snap the ball and just have Goff throw. And it's like, man, what are we doing? We have never done that before. It's more of this where it's play action, it's moving, it's rolling out, it's keeping the defense has to go off of what you're doing versus the other way around. And so I love this. And you look at it, the New Orleans Saints have scored 91 points in the first 2 games, just 2 points fewer than the 93 that they had in the Super Bowl run of 2009. Crazy. Okay, so then that's number 1. Next thing is Alvin Kamara. Oop, got a little ad here. Okay, there we go. Alvin Kamara caught a touchdown pass and ran for 3 more as the Saints piled on the points, 44-19. And Kamara had a second 4-touchdown game of his career, most since 6 touchdowns against the Minnesota Vikings in 2020. For the second time this season, the Saints pulled starting quarterback Derek Carr and put in their backup due to that big of a lead. Kamara set the tone for the day, rushing 5-yard score, 55-yard screen pass, 12 yards. He had 2 catches, 65 yards, and ran for 115 against the Cowboys. So I just rattled off those numbers really quick. And the reason I wanted to do that is because in the National Football League, you have to run the football and you have to stop the run. And so what are the Saints doing? They're running the football with Elvin Kamara, who people just started to write off. He had the weird start last year. The Saints never got it going. The guy's big, fast, strong, physical, all the things. He looks good. I mean, it's like, he's older. It's like, he's good. So why is this such an important thing? Because we know that the Saints defense is going to keep you in the game. You got enough high impact players defensively. You're going to be in the game. But offensively, it's an offensive league where you got to hit chunk plays. And so to see them do that today and run the ball, and Derek Carr's doing his thing, the good news just kind of keeps on going. Another thing, too, is it's hard to win in this league. You saw it today with Baltimore Ravens going down, the Lions going down, and you just think it's hard to win, let alone blow out teams in the first few weeks of the season because you're trying to figure it out. It's clunky. All right, whoops. And then for them to be high flying is unbelievable. So I think if you're a Saints fan, the biggest thing you have to know is that this isn't going to happen all the time, right? You're not going to win 44-10 every game, but man, when you can get those pressures off, less injuries, like life's good. Practice is good the next week. So if you're a Saints fan, the good news just keeps rolling in. You won, duh, but it's the way in which you're doing it. It's the players that you have. Love seeing it. We were making videos about you guys before the season. We were like, man, Saints are an under-the-radar team in a division. This is the most important thing to me. In a division that is going to be wide open, manageable. I don't know what the word is, but it's going to be just a dogfight, crazy. There's good teams all over the place. You've got obviously the Buccaneers, and it's like, this is going to be a fun division, down to the wire. Can't wait to see it. So, again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, especially if you watched a few videos by now. We are Detroit Lions fans, but we just love covering teams, just like the Lions were, just kind of overlooked. No one took them serious. It's like, dude, I think we could be really good. Is anyone else seeing this? Like, and this is how the Saints feel. It's like, where are our weaknesses? Cam Jordan was on with the St. Brown brothers, and he was talking about the defense and who they had, and it's like, oh, dang. And they were asking him, like, do you really think you can go to the Super Bowl? And he's like, I think we could. And here's why. And he started naming all the players that the Saints have, and it's like, oh, my gosh. So keep an eye on the Saints, a team that everyone's really now for sure definitely noticing, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. Give a thumbs up. Almost to 20,000 subs on this channel. So let me know your thoughts, and we'll see all of you on the next one.